Become a snake breeder, they said. It will be fun, they said. Well, it's still fun, but also head scratching sometimes if you have combinations that don't really show up the results what you expected. Hey, and this is one of them. It's clutch 28. It is still a cool clutch, but it's just a bit confusing. So, as you saw in the two beginning pictures, the male is a scaleless buff ultramel striped, and he was post head caramel, but he proved out head caramel. And he also comes from, I think, a striped to a head striped combination or something. And he also is a proven buff last year and ultramel. So that's all, and it obviously is scaleless. So he is sort of, yeah, the genetics are sort of correct. The female is a scaleless caramel, possibly diffused, but I'm still not 100% sure, but that's also not too important. But she, yeah, is supposed to be a scaleless caramel motley striped. Het hypo and post het amelanistic. Well, no hypos or amelanistic were born, so we know that that's not in the male. But the problem comes in the patterns of the babies. So it should be a striped to a motley striped, so that's pretty easy to spot, you would think. Although the father is pretty cubed or blotched, however you want to call it, but cubed striped, as you saw in the beginning picture. But yeah, the babies, there are basically two that look like motley stripes, and the rest all look like cubed, but not typically striped, but also definitely not typical motley. So yeah, I'm not really sure. So I put them on the morph list as scaleless striped question mark. So they all could be motley striped or striped. I think most of them are actually striped, but I would be the luckiest guy alive with so many stripes, so I don't think that's the case. But basically I priced them as motley prices. So if you like striped or the cube look, then these are pretty cheap for what they are, but I just don't want to sell babies with certain genetics for a certain price, and then 2 or 3 years later with breeding finding out it's not the case. So I rather sell them as something more simple, and probably you get something cooler than the other way around. I hope that makes sense. If you want to get any of them, just look at the rest of this video and tell me which number that you like best. On the morph list, they are basically all the same. So just pick a number that you like. Enough talking and explaining. Now let's go to the babies. So, let's start with number 1, which is a male. So, well, it's obviously a scaleless. And, well, also genetically, looking at the parents, it should be either a motley striped or a striped. But yeah, it is almost like blocked, or so it could definitely be a motley striped, but yeah, just difficult to say. But oh, now for people who know me, I will be old man Joshua and step on my stool because I am not 2 meters tall, unfortunately. Well, I don't know if that unfortunately, but whoop, focus. Yeah, so this is male number 2, which is already way more blocky. Then we have 2 females. Show your backside. Female number 1. And female number 2. Which this one is quite a bit brighter, so maybe it's a buff, but I'm not really sure. Normally the buffs, the next one is a buff, are a bit more towards the orange side. So that was female number 2 that you just saw. This is male number 1, scaleless buff, well, striped, question mark. I'll try to get him a bit more like this. So yeah, for instance, something if I see this, and well, maybe here it's also a little bit connected, but yeah, it does on here, the 2 circles, it is a little bit more motley like, but yeah, they don't all have it. So for instance, this one looks more, yeah, cubed striped sort of, but this is male number 2. Then we have some females. Female number 1, which is also not really cubed, like the saddles have like the little dents like on the top and bottom. So yeah, maybe that's a sign of motley, but yeah, normally motley is a little bit more easy to identify. This is female number 2. Also, well, I cannot zoom in and wait, I will try. But also, for instance, there, like, there under my finger, that's, yeah, that could indicate that it's a motley, but and this is female number 3. Oh, and female number 4. We have an extra one. So also pretty cubed, but also strange sides. So Well, then we have two that are caramels that, well, are most likely, or the most obvious, I must say, motleys. So you can see it in the neck. There's really more like a motley circle, and on the tail. So this is a male scaleless caramel motley striped. And there's also a female. That's also, well, like I said, in the neck a little bit more round, but also, for instance, here, just before the corner, or yeah, where she goes in the corner. Yeah, it does not look a stripe to me, but so that's 1.1. Then we have this male. That could be a striped, but yeah, it's on one hand, like my if I would see this at a reptile show, I would say, yeah, definitely not a striped. But yeah, the father looks a bit blocky, and yeah, knowing the parents' genetics, it's, well, this one could be striped, like a really blocked. It's pretty cool looking actually, but yeah, if you are thinking, Joshua, what are you talking about? I don't see any striping. Well, yeah, I know, I agree, but well. If you have answers, let me know. Where are we? This is male number 3 in the meantime. Scaleless caramel striped. And then we have 2 females as well. This is female 1. Then female 2. And the last one is a scaleless buff. Male caramel. Well, striped, question mark again, but. So again, well, they will be on the morph list right now. And yeah, again, they are sort of priced almost, yeah, without any pattern mutation or so, just because I'm not really sure what it is. But yeah, if you just like them by look, or you want to try to figure out together with me what they are, then yeah, just get the one you like.